What if a single treatment could take patients from 4 throat surgeries a year to none? And what if FDA was just weeks away from deciding on its fate? Hi there, welcome to ShareTreck, where science meets investments, and I'm your host Raj. By the end of this video, you will know why Precigen is a stock to think about. Precigen's upcoming FDA decision on August 27th could turn this 530 million biotech into a potential revenue powerhouse, or it could crush the stock price overnight. So it's a risky bet. We'll unpack the clinical results, the FDA signals, the market size, and the real risks. And here's the part that caught my attention. Reports suggest that the FDA has not yet called an advisory committee or AdCom to review it. The AdCom is usually external experts that FDA calls in when they need expertise. A move that often signals quite confidence in approval that they haven't called an AdCom so far. So that said, I think we should have a look at this stock. I have invested a small amount as a speculative amount. I plan to exit it as soon as the FDA decision comes on the 27th of August. So that said, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. Precigen, which goes by the ticker symbol PGEN on Nasdaq, has developed PRGN-2012, a gene therapy for recurrent respiratory papillomatosis. It's RRP. It's a rare condition, about 27,000 adults in the US with no treatment that is approved so far. Right now, the standard of care for these patients is to endure repeated throat surgeries just to breathe and speak, often 4 times a year. PRGN-2012 could be the first potentially FDA-approved treatment for RRP, turning a life of chronic surgeries into one of remission. For a biotech with no current revenue, that's a binary make or break moment, and that's why this stock is pretty risky, and I'm going to give you my evaluations. First, let us understand what RRP is. Well, RRP is caused by HPV viruses which bear type number 6 and 11. Precigen's therapy essentially trains the immune system to attack infected cells using a modified virus to deliver genetic instructions. And the game changer is that this is off the shelf, which means no patient-specific manufacturing, no harvesting cells. That means lower cost, faster scaling, and better margins. Let's look at the clinical data. The pivotal trial results are what got Wall Street interested in this company. The pivotal data showed 51% complete response rate, or CRR, no surgeries needed for at least a year. 86% major response rate, showing surgeries cut to 0 in the median case. Durability suggests that some patients remain surgery-free for over 3 years from one treatment. In terms of safety, there are only mild flu-like symptoms, no adverse or serious reactions or events, so that's a good thing. And all of this trial research was published in the Lancet Respiratory Medicine, a top-tier journal, which is not just hype, it's basically peer-reviewed results. So we are not trading on hype out here. Now, we have FDA also granting PRGN-2012 the breakthrough therapy, orphan drug, and priority review designations. And then they have also scheduled the PDUFA date on August 27, 2025. Reports suggest that FDA has no advisory committee meeting planned. In biotech, skipping AdCom can sometimes mean the FDA sees no major red flags. And historically, approval odds are higher in these cases, though it's not guaranteed. I personally think that there is more than an 80% chance that FDA may approve this therapy, and therefore I have speculated with a little bit of investment on this share. I have bought 1,000 shares at $1.93. That's my disclosure. Now let's talk market potential. The global patient pool is estimated at around 150,000 patients. In terms of US size, it's 27,000 patients, and if priced conservatively, assuming $250,000 per treatment and capturing just 20% of the US market early on, we are looking at more than $1 billion in annual US revenue. Add international expansion and some analyst models see more than $2 billion in peak sales. Even discounting these numbers to a good extent, the upside is significant for a $530 million market cap company. That's what I am thinking. Next, let's look at the financial position. Precigen ended 2024 with $97.9 million in cash, and in December it raised $79 million via a private placement of Series A convertible preferred stock. The management says that this extends their cash runway into 2026, comfortably past a potential 2025 launch date for this new therapy. They have already invested in manufacturing scale-up and commercial readiness, including an in-house GMP facility and a planned field sales team. So I would like to conclude with listing out the risks. Now, when we start with risk, I think the first and the major risk is the FDA rejection, assuming that after all of this optimism, if on the 27th of August, FDA says that they are not able to approve or they postpone this, I think whatever strength is there in the stock will fizzle out immediately. So that's a huge risk. Next risk is that this is the first time Precigen would be doing a commercial launch, and therefore it's going to be a steep learning curve. So there would be inefficiencies, there would be mistakes, and there would be delays potentially. I'm not saying it's all going to happen, but there are those risk factors. So that's another thing that constitutes a risk for this stock. We also have the dilution risk from the recent financing that happened, and the pipeline is extremely thin and heavily dependent on PRGN 2012. So if PRGN 2012 fails, and let us say the FDA verdict shuts it down, then this company is in trouble, in my opinion. So this is a high risk, high reward binary trade. The data, regulatory signals, and market size tilt the odds towards the positive, but position sizing is key. That's why I bought a very small speculative amount. This isn't for the risk hours. Now friends, I would like to ask you guys, what do you think about Precigen? Is Precigen worth the risk heading into August 27th? Please drop your thoughts in the comments. Also do your own research and share your opinions with me. And friends, if you found this breakdown helpful, hit like and subscribe. Next week, I'm going to cover another catalyst. I'm searching for it right now, so it's not a hard promise. But thanks for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, can you please subscribe and help grow the channel? This brings me to an end of the video today, my friends. Catch up with you again in the next one. Bye for now.